I could do this one. So that was the one. That was the one that I needed to get out. Um, the one that I needed to get out first. But this is the takeaway from that video. I know that I've helped you to have self esteem because somewhere in your mind, you thought that you was the one that could come for me. Like you legit think that you're the one that could come for me. Your skin is often scaly. Your lips are always chapped. Your hands are always ashy. You walk around in house coats. And you're known for giving head. You're thirsty. You're greedy. Very greedy. Always looking for a free meal somewhere. Always popping up so you, not necessarily at my house. Always popping up so you could eat. You know what I'm saying? You like the stray cat or the stray dog that people tell you not to feed because it's gonna keep coming back. You talked about my mental health, but you can't even oversee your own check, which is gone the first week of the month. Now I don't know if you just started back getting high again off of the good tea, but it's giving suspect right now. But this is the takeaway from the last video. Stay out my phone, because you're not going to do me like you did the girl at the shelter that you antagonized and that you probably started an argument with, and then when she ran up on you, you picked up something and stabbed her and fled. You're not going to do me like you did her. I'm not concerned about you slut shaming me for what I choose to do with my body because I'm grown. And as long as I'm communicating with my partners and taking my meds, what I do in my bedroom is not your business. You sound like the patriarchy. You sound like Father God, King Jesus trying to tell me what to do and how to do with my body. Like literally, you're slut shaming, and you have a whole page on X where you are having sex with people in front the camera. You are literally on X. You told me the other day that you've been to sex parties, and you said that the only way you would have sex with somebody is a sex party is if you could film the content and put it on your X page, put it on your OnlyFans. And you're slut shaming? You have went up in Marcus Garvey and been at the top of Marcus Garvey giving head to strangers in the middle of the night. You've been up at the top of Marcus Garvey Park giving head to strangers, random strangers in the middle of the night, and you're slut shaming me? You're slut shaming me. You have a whole channel in which you are having sex with people, random dudes on Twitter, and you're shaming me. You stood out by my house and peed up against a tree. You pulled your penis out in front of young women who were walking down the street, and I told you these women were coming, and you pulled out your penis and you leaned up against a tree and you started peeing, and I said there's women coming down the street, and you had your penis out peeing up against a tree. And when I told you those women were coming, you said they'll be all right. You're what Trump is worried about. You're what the Republican administration is worried about. I may have a leaky pussy, and people do have leaky vaginas. And people do have leaky vaginas. That's why they make panty liners. That's why they make panty liners. People have leaky vaginas. It's a real thing. Vaginas leak. Are you mad or are you jealous? Are you mad or are you jealous? Which one is it? So what I'm telling you is stay on my phone. Stay on my phone. Stay on my phone. Stop leaving messages on my phone. Stop commenting in my phone, because the next time you come in my phone leaving messages, I am going to go to the authorities. Because like I said, you're not going to do me like you did that female who you was antagonizing and who you was arguing with. And then when she got tired, she ran up on you and you cut her and then you fled New York. You're not going to do me like you did her. I'm going to make sure that I let them know that you're harassing me. Now, I tried to keep it cute on live. I wasn't reading you first. I said a couple of things. I talked about them sweaty hands, but I didn't talk about how hairy that chin was. I didn't talk about how square that face was. I didn't talk about how scaly that skin was. I give you this, you got some pretty teeth and you got some cute eyes, but everything else, it's a chop. You got some pretty eyes and some pretty teeth, but everything else is a chop, fat. Everything else is a chop. And I don't know what made you feel so confident that you could come for me. You got an ugly little penis with an ugly little face. Your penis and your face look alike. Nasty. You could possibly never. You could possibly never. You could possibly never. You always ashy. You walk around with a house coat on. And I even tried to support you in that. Rather than reading you, I said, we made up a song. We live outside. I'm trying to affirm you walking around Atlanta looking like a bum. So the reason why I'm making this message is because of a message that this young man sent me today. It's no more respect for you. It's no more respect for you. You are a TS baby man. Your pronouns are he, him, and his, and I don't care what you call me because I don't even know you. We finna be like Mariah Carey and Jennifer Lopez. People gonna ask me about you, and I'm gonna say I don't know him. Who is that? I don't know him. I don't know him. Have you heard from empathetic? Have you heard from pathetic? No, I have not heard from him. I don't know him. Who is that? So I know that I did a good job with your self-esteem because in your mind, you actually feel like you could come for me. You actually feel like you're the one to read me. You're the one to get me together. So I know that I've done an amazing job. Because you felt like you were the one. But I'm going to let you know, stay out of my inbox. If you want to say something about me, get on your platform. I promise you, I'm not coming on your platform, stalking your videos, trying to see what you're saying about me. I promise you, I'm not looking at your page from other accounts, trying to see what you're saying about me. Because I don't care. I don't care. It ain't gonna be nothing but lies anyway. You can't be honest with yourself, much less honest with other people. All of this stuff that you said about me, it's a whole projection. I can't believe you came from my mental health. And I can't believe that you tried to slut shame me. Like, that is absolutely insane. You trying to slut shame me, and you have a whole OnlyFans with dudes jumping up and down in your booty and mouth. Come on. Really? And you're better than me because you use condoms? You're better than me because you're not positive. This is why I called you a faggot. Because this is what fags do. They sit up and try to look down at other people when they're the same slut. When you're the same hoe. Now, this is a word to the wise. While you sitting up here talking about my botched body, when you have none. When you have none. While you sitting up here talking about my botched body, you be twerking and don't nothing be moving. Don't nothing be moving but your back. Somebody that lied and told you you have booty. You have thighs. Somebody that lied and told you you have ass. You don't. Don't nothing be moving but your back. That big back. Your stomach is bigger than your butt. Your stomach is bigger than your ass. If we gonna keep it real. Your stomach stick out more than your ass. You should twerk that stomach. But you done convinced yourself in your mind that you're the one to read me, or you're the one to come for me, when you're looking like you need to star in a movie called The 40-Year-Old Man, because you're almost 40 and you still look like, hey, mister, how's your daughter? You still look like, throw me something, mister. You still giving, throw me something, mister. You still look like that. You still look like a young man, and you're almost 40 years old. And you still look like, you don't even look like a young man anymore. Running around here with rainbow braids in your hair. You look like an older man. You're the old daddy at this point. You love calling older men old daddy. You're the old daddy. It's giving old daddy tease. All you gotta do is not shave your face for about 2 weeks, and it will be old daddy vibes. I don't know who lied and told you that you still look young. I don't know who lied and told you that. You can't take a picture without a filter. Don't none of us really know what you look like until you get on one of my videos. Because if it's on your page, it's filtered back. This is no filter. None. None. You always filter. Can't be around you without a filter. Don't nobody know who you are. You don't even know who you are. So I'm gonna tell you, stay out of my phone. Hey, Coco, stay out of my phone. Stay out of my phone. Because if I have to change my number, I am going to the police and I'm reporting you for harassment. If I have to change my phone number, if I have to go through the problem of calling AT&T and changing my number, I'm going to file a report on you. That's what I'm letting you know now. Clearly. If I have to change my phone number, because I know a lot of my phone number is valuable, and I talk to a lot of people. I have been making contacts. Unlike you, I actually have connections and access to resources. And so if I have to change my phone number because of your shenanigans, I am going to the police officer. I am going to the police station, and I'm going to file a report on you. And I'm going to let them know that you had to flee, and that you be taking out your penis and peeing in front of girls. Keep playing with me, young man. Now, leave me alone. Mind your business. Move on with your life. You stay over there, and I'm going to stay over here. You stay over there, and I'm going to stay over here. I tried to be nice with you. I tried not to stoop to this level. I tried not to go in the mud with you. I tried not to. But this is what you wanted. You clearly thought that I could not come for you. I don't know what in your mind made you think that I couldn't chop you up right fast. And this video was light. The one I set to private was the one where I really filleted your ass. The one that I just did. But I said, you know what? That's too much. I ain't trying to get woke out. Cause it was a nonstop. And a few people got a chance to see that. But I had to come back, and I had to have a little bit more tact, a little bit more grace, a little bit more etiquette. But I'm saying this to you now. Out of the love that I have for you, this is a warning. This is your warning. No one is threatening you. I'm telling you. I'm promising you. Stay out of my phone. Stay out of my phone. I am not trying to contact you. I am not trying to get on your social media. I am on my own platform, minding my own business. Obviously, you're bothered because you have to contact me directly through other people's phones. That sounds quite pressed to me. When you're finding phones and going in apps, creating numbers so that you can message me. What type of stalker, weirdo, sick shit is that? If you have something to say about me, get on your multiple platforms and say it. Or are you afraid that people gonna eat you alive because you're showing who you really are? You're scared to get on your platform and talk because you're gonna have to show how self-hating you are. Because everything that I'm saying about you is a response to what you said about me. You've came from my status, which multiple people in our community are impacted by being positive. Multiple people. Why even talk about that when you're not out of the woods? You're not out of the woods. Like it can't happen to you. Like a condom can't pop. Then you slut shaming when you literally told me you was up in the top of Marcus Garvey doing giving all type of cut up. And you done been to sex parties. And you're slut shaming. Then you talked about mental illness, and me and you both literally get the same check on the first, except I get my check directly. Somebody got to send you your money. But you're talking about mental ill. You're talking about mental ill and trauma. The reason why we are not cool anymore, the reason why we are not in each other's life anymore is because you allowed your trauma to get the best of you. You left out of here screaming and hollering like demons were attacking you, and you're younger than me. You were following a mentally unstable woman around the train station, yelling at her with a camera on her. You were yelling at a police officer because he touched you, and you're younger than me. You have that much trauma because that's what that was rooted in. The reason why you attacked that woman was because of trauma. The reason why you argued with that police officer the way you did was because of trauma. You just stopped smoking cigarettes. You chain smoke weed. You eat for comfort. You have more trauma than me. You don't even have the discipline I have. You don't even have the peace I have. And you're younger than me. So imagine how you're gonna be when you turn 47 going on 48. If this is what you're giving now. Because there has never been a time in my life where I felt the need to follow people and harass them. There's never been a need where I felt like the camera phones, video phones and stuff have been out since I was in my 20s. Since I was what? No, I don't want to say that. Since I was in my 30s. Just like you. When I was 33, we had cell phones. Never felt the need to video record. Never felt the need to take pictures and post all that drama on the internet. Never felt the need to give all of that. You are broken inside. You are miserable. You are a hell of a performance artist because you pretend like you are so happy and you have so much joy and you're such a light, but really you're miserable. And when I saw that dark content that you showed me, you tried to get me to watch this man getting run over by a train. I was like, that type of stuff don't even come up on my algorithm. You present this image to people like, and then when I asked you, I said, you watch I said, you watch things like that? You said, yeah. So, no. It's our projections. It's our projections. And I'm done with it. I've tried to protect you. I've tried to defend you. I've tried to make excuses for you. And honestly and truly, even though everybody was telling me to leave you alone and to stop talking to you, I was gonna give it a couple of months. But guess what? I'm never not gonna like this what I want anybody to know who gonna be in my life. If you disrespect me in private, if you disrespect me in private multiple times, if you disrespect me in private, I'm going to read you in public. And the grace that I'm going to give you is the first time I read you, I'm not going to say your name. And that's what I did. The first time, nobody knew who I was talking about when I did the first video. The second video, people started to get clues. And the only reason why it was a second video is because you played with me again in my inbox. So you disrespected me twice. Now, the third video, everybody knew who it was. Everybody knew who it was by the third video because I said your name. But I gave you time. I gave you grace. I really did. I gave you grace. When you left up out of here and you disrespected me and I got on live, the first video I kept it cute. Nobody knew who I was talking about. I was just documenting the moment because that's what I do. I'm an archivist. I document things. I love receipts. And so I wanted to document it so that I could go back to it and be able to say, yeah, this is what happened. This is how it happened. So that's what happened. Period. I just wanted to document it. Didn't say your name. Didn't talk about who you was. I kept it clean. I kept it cute. I didn't try to read you. I didn't try to put you down. Even though you had did the most, I still had grace for you. Then the second time you played in my face, I started to give a little bit more clues. Now we done got to the point of dragging, but this is because you dug yourself into this hole because you don't know how to act like a mature person. You constantly telling me about how old I am, but you are literally in your mid-30s. You are grown. And you still act like a child. You're telling me to grow up. You need to grow up. You're a grown person and you have been living in a shelter for almost 3 years. None of the girls that's passable want to hang with you regularly because of how you carry yourself. Don't no passable girls want to be seen with you. I was the only passable girl that would be seen with you regularly. I was the only girl that don't walk out the door getting called faggots, getting harassed, that was willing to walk down the street with you daily. And you spit in my face. I was willing to stand with you in the middle of this administration that's coming. Knowing what these people about to give, I was willing to stand with you. And you spit in my face. None of them. All of the girls that came up here, so many girls have come up here from Texas, and you helped those girls get housing. You helped those girls find their way, and now don't none of them girls want to be bothered with you because you clocky, you act like a punk, you thirsty, you love attention, you love to make things about you. You always gotta have some attention. You be walking around here acting like you unclockable, and you're not. And you know how this world works. You know dudes be ashamed. Dudes be ashamed. They'll talk to you in the shadows. They'll talk to you and pretend like you're their homeboy, but they not finna be walking around acting like you they partner. Especially not the way you carry yourself. You don't have no class. You have no class. TS baby mama drama. That about spells it out. And that's why don't none of the passable girls want to be associated with you. Every time we used to have get-togethers, and some of the girls that I used to hang with, they won't hang with me now because I was hanging with you. We used to be walking down the street and the passable girls would be walking fast, walking way up the street because they didn't want to get clocked with you. You already look clocky, then you have the audacity to want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. You want to put on a show clocky. You always got to be attention seeking while being clocky. Knowing how society is, knowing how people is. You want to put other people in harm's way and put other people at risk because you thirsty for attention. Because you're trying to overcompensate for your lack of transition. You want to put other girls in danger and put other girls in harm's way. Because you're trying to prove a point. Let's talk about that. You don't have no unclockable, no really fishy girls that will align themselves with you and say, me and her together every day. We cool, we going everywhere, we doing stuff together. You don't have no girls that run with you like that. None. Because you always wild out and do some fag shit. Let the record show. Let the record speak for itself. Let the receipts speak for themselves. I stay with fishy girls. I stay with cunty girls. Baby, I have gorgeous females that I go out in public with and go places with. And I'm not the punk of the group. I'm not the fag. I get treated the same way they get treated. Matter of fact, they're overprotective of me. Don't nobody treat you with respect. The only person that tried to treat you with respect, the only person who put you on a pedestal and tried to make you feel like somebody was me. And you burnt that bridge, young man. Now deal with that. And stay out my phone. Stay out of my phone. If you have any sense underneath them braids, stay out of my phone. Do not let your pride get in the way. Focus on your life. Focus all of your energy on getting yourself ready for this administration. Focus all of your energy on going to a psychiatrist and getting on the right dosage of meds so that you can have some balance. Because I take my meds, my psych meds, and my motherfucking HIV meds. Get your life together. Stop worrying about just taking a hormone shot and find out what dosage of psych meds you need to go with those moans. Go see your therapist, go see your psychiatrist, and get your stuff together. Because there's nowhere in the world you should be getting a check and you ain't taking no type of meds running around here in a house coat in broad daylight in the wintertime. With flaky, shady skin, crusty lips, and ashy hands. They had the audacity to go and get some braids with some human hair flyaways in it, knowing that you too much of a nigga to do maintenance on that. You try to go and get an old fishy, cunty. You try to go and get an old cunty hairstyle. You wasn't about to manage that. That stuff was matting up in your head, and my daughter had to cut them flyaways out your head, cause your manly ass wasn't about to take care of that fishy ass hairstyle. When it got an ultimate fish hairstyle, knowing you wasn't about to take care of it. Then was about to sit up here and cry, talking about how you don't like it. And I asked my daughter to cut that shit up out your head because you had to let it get matted up. Then you sit up there whining like a big old bitch talking about it hurt me when I'm pulling up. But then you want to get in the streets and get in the train station and try to act like you all hard and bully people when you can't even keep up your hair. You can't even handle some kinks in your hair. Beauty is pain. But you wouldn't know that. Child, let me get off this live. But it just needed to be said. Like, this is not how I wanted to start my fast. Y'all know this is the first day of my fast. And I did not want to start off my fast with this energy. Oh, child, let me change subjects, girl. I got some tea to spill before I get off the live. So, girl, let me tell you what the ancestors did to me yesterday. And this is a prime example of how my life has started changing already since I don't be with empathy. So we was walking one time. This was the first dude that I was ever with when I first moved to New York. The first dude that I was ever with. Fine, 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 fine. When I tell you this nigga is fine, he's a personal trainer. When he saw me with empathy, he didn't speak. He spoke, but he didn't talk to me because of how empathy carry themselves. They nosy. It's like when you start talking to a dude, empathy feel like she gotta walk up and get in a conversation and interject. You gotta interject yourself in a conversation. Like, I'm from the old school. When you see your sister talking to a dude or when you see your sister talking to a man, I don't care if you fishy or clocky or not. You walk up further and you allow them to talk by themselves. You don't get involved in that. Like, if you see your sister done pull trade or done pull the dude or they talking, you walk up, not empathy. Empathy's coming back. TS baby mama drama is coming back and about to get in a conversation. And it's weird. It's weird how this child do that. Like, nobody called, like, what this got to, you see who he talking to. He not talking to you. So he tried to speak to me. Empathy stopped too. You say you never had a fight in your life. You're not a fighter. So what are you stopping for? You just being nosy, pretty much. So I saw him yesterday. Baby, when I tell you when he saw me, child, he played it cute at first. I miss your energy. He was like, I miss you so. He said your energy. He said, we just had a good vibe, and everything was just cool. So now, mind you, he is huge. Like, he taller than me. Like I want to say he like 6'4". I mean, big old arms. I mean, whoo, that nigga fine. Woo! So, he saw me in the story yesterday. So, he take care of his sister because his sister is dealing with some stuff. So he take care of his sister. So he was checking outside he was checking outside for the ride to see if the ride was coming for his sister because they had called the car. So he was like, he said, I miss you, I miss you. He just kept running in the store. So he went to go and talk to some dude. So then when I moved and I went and I was on the other aisle, he ran on the other aisle. Like he got me hemmed up all up against the groceries in the store, girl. Like he picked me up in the grocery store. Like literally he picked me up. Like my feet was nowhere near the ground. Like he picked me up off the ground in the grocery store. But I tell you, I felt like tuna personified. I felt so I felt so good. Yeah, I was like, oh, girl, he picked me up in the store, girl. Girl, he picked me up in the store, girl. He said, you so light. He picked me up, girl. He picked me up, girl. He threw me into the air, into the store, girl. I was like, oh. See, this is the type of stuff that never happened when I was with empathy. Never happened. And I was okay with it. I was okay with it because I know who I am. I know what I bring to. I know how dudes act behind me. So I was confident enough in myself to be with her, to be around her, because I know when I'm not around her what it gives. That's the reason why I didn't stop messing with her. But I noticed when I was with her, it was rare. It was rare. Like dudes never really would talk to me. And I was okay because I'm like really, really trying to be supportive of community. Really, really. When he saw me yesterday, he could not control himself. He lost it in the store. He lost it. He was pushing me all he was pushing me all up against the canned goods, tugging me in my mouth. It was like, I was like, wait. I was like, you saw me last time and you didn't do all of this. He said, that's because you was with your friend and I didn't want him to be nosy. I didn't want him to be nosy. He didn't ignore me. He didn't act like he didn't know me. He spoke to me. He said he spoke to me. He did speak. He didn't act like he didn't know me. But he did not give what he wanted to give because he didn't want to make it a queer. He didn't want to make it a queer moment. He didn't want to make it an LGBT moment. Respectfully, he didn't want to make it an LGBT moment. Girl, he saw me. Girl, when he saw me, he said, I want you to come see me. And I was like, I'm getting ready to start my fast. You swung around in the circle, heels in the air, okay, right? But he was like, I want you to come see me. So at first I was telling him no because he is fine, and you know I done had it before. The sex. The only thing I don't like is he be, y'all know how I am about the ones that be wanting that anal. But the last time I didn't have the revision, so I couldn't take as much. So we didn't have any choice but to resort to anal because that's how big he was. So I was like, that's the only thing that I really didn't too much care about was like, and he was just so like some things he'll say. So I politely kind of read him about that last night because he was saying certain things, and I was like, I don't really like that. I said, you have to understand that because of the way that I'm shaped, a lot of men fetishize my ass. Like a lot of men talk about my ass, and so when you talk about my ass too, you just feel like the rest of them. And if I really like you, I don't want you to be like every other nigga. I don't want you to be saying what every other nigga done said. So like, be smart. Don't fetishize my ass. Like, please don't do that. Because when you fetishize my ass, I start getting that type of energy. So anyway, so he asked me to come to his house. So he sent me the money for the Uber to get to his house and the money for the Uber to get back. So I went over by his house. Girl, we started off with like a little personal training session, girl. He worked me out, girl. I'm about to, after I get off the live now, girl, I'm about to do some of the little workout tricks that he taught me. And he said he's gonna help me with like my workout regimen. So girl, we did the workout. We sat down, we talked, we watched a little movie. And I showed him the video that I did, the Lay Lem Lay Lur video. So when I showed him the Lay Lem Lay Lur video, girl, he started getting hot there, but he gonna tell me he wasn't getting hot, so he asked me to dance for him. So I said, if I dance for you, are you gonna be able to control yourself? Are you gonna be able to now mind you, I'm fully dressed. I ain't doing no strip tease, I ain't doing no lap dance. You know, I got on like some like really, really fitting sweatpants, and I got on a long sleeve black shirt. I'm not showing no cleavage. Like, you know, I'm not showing no body, but I'm showing body because, you know, the stuff is fitting. The shirt was kind of big, but you know, you can still see my boobs. You know what I'm saying? And but you couldn't see no cleavage or nothing. So I'm dressed like really, really, you know, covered up. So, but I started dancing, and I'm doing like a little combination. I'm giving you like, I'm giving you like, I'm giving you like, I'm doing a little bit of like some classically trained dancing, like I'm mixing like some stretches, a little bit of that Vivian from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm mixing a little bit of that Vivian from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with a little bit of, you know, we be clubbing in the club. You know what I'm saying? We be clubbing. Everybody like when the club chicks. So I'm mixing it with a little bit of what was the name of that movie Lisa Ray was in when they was in the strip club? I'm mixing it with a little bit of that. I'm giving you a little bit of both of that. Like I'm going from Vivian to Lisa Ray in the strip club. Like I'm giving you a little bit. I'm giving you a mix. So girl, he started getting excited, girl, and he didn't want to let it go. He started getting excited, girl. He didn't want to let it go, girl. Okay, it wasn't that workout music you have on. No, he had put on. I told him to play Jasmine Sullivan. I want to sit on. You know, Jasmine got that song. I want to sit on it and tell me why you deserve it. Go on and prove why I should move. So anyway, I had did a little number, so he got hot, baby. He was ready. Now I ain't gonna lie, he did get me worked up because he started tugging me and kissing on my neck, and he told me he wasn't gonna try to, you know, suck on my breast, but he did suck on my breast, and so then I grabbed that meat, and you know when you grab the meat, it's like giving consent. Like once you reach for that dick, you pretty much saying, I'm ready. You know, I know this. This is like an unspoken rule. When you reach for his meat, you're pretty much giving consent. But I did not have sex with him. I did not give him head. I did not give him ass. I did not give him arm. I did not give him any vagina. Like I didn't give him any. I did the farthest that it went was he did end up jacking off, and I did like a little dance, and I had clapped it up for him. You know, I had did a little clap for him and let him jack off because he was so worked up. Like he was so worked. Like he was worked up. And I told him, I said, I don't want to have sex with you because I'm not going to want to stop. Like, my fast starts tomorrow. So if I have sex with you now, then I'm not going to want to stop. Like, I'm not going to want to, I'm going to start making excuses why I can start my fast start my fast Saturday. Let me start my fast on the 25th. Let me start my fast on the, so I would have started making excuses. And so when I told him how long I was going to be fasting for, he was like, he was like, you ain't gotta start it now. He's like, you could wait. I said, you could wait. I was like, you could wait. Like, you know, we reconnected. We sat down. We had a long talk. Like, and we talked about accountability. We talked about gaslighting. We talked about, you know, because he is very like we both have alpha energy. Like we both like to be in control, and so you know, all of my relationships, like when I've been in relationships with partners, every man that I've ever chosen to be in a relationship with, I have always like it's one thing just to have like casual sex or to like have a hookup buddy, But most of the people, like most of the men that I'm really attracted to and the men that I end up in relationships with because of my alpha energy, I am always the one to initiate sex because I'm so fickle. Um, was Siabunga in South Africa. He was the only one that would start sex with me. Like he's the one who would like initiate sex with me. And he had to fight for it. Because if he would come fucking with me and I didn't want to be bothered, I would bat the fuck out of him. Like I would hit him. So, and he knew it. He was cool with it because he knew you aggravate me. Leave me alone. I don't feel like it right now. Get away from me. So he knows that if you start messing with me and I don't feel like having sex, you might get battered in your mouth. You might get hit. Leave me alone. I don't feel like it right now. I'm busy. I'm doing something else. Get away from me. You might get popped. So that's why I typically end up in relationships with people that I initiate the sex because that's how you know I want it. I'll do a little dance or I'll go put something sexy on or I'll start playing with that piece or, we might be watching a movie and I might go down and give you a little light. Like I'm going to start it. Like I started. Now with him, I never started. I never initiated. He always have to be the one to start it, and he always have to be the one to control it. And I told him, I said, I don't. I said you are very attractive and you're very fine, and that is why I have like, cause he is like, baby, he get me going, like he get me hot, like I be ready every time, like yes, he make me high, he get me going, I be ready, but I wish that he could be a little bit like be submissive sometimes. Like let me take control sometimes. Let me have the lead sometimes. Like do you always have to be in control? Do I always have to go the way you want it to go? Like no, like I need like I'm willing to compromise. I don't have to be the one to initiate it all the time, but can I be the one that initiated sometimes? But girl, I got out of there, girl. He called me while I was in the Uber on the way home. Then we talked before I went to sleep last night. And I've been talking to this other dude too. And child, it's like y'all gonna have to wait. Cause baby, I'm not having sex. Child, I don't think I'm gonna have sex till like March. February is gonna be a total dove. February gonna be a total dove. I got a friend in New Orleans who really been trying to work on it. Like he been messaging me talking about hey beautiful and cause he know I'm gonna be in town. He know I'm gonna be in town and he like hey beautiful and how you doing? I'm just checking on you. He trying to put his bid in for when I'm in New Orleans. But I don't think I'm about to give all that in New Orleans. I initially I was like that was where I was gonna go to let my hair down. But I'm just like in a different place. Like I really do want to have like more meaningful relationships this year. This stuff that happened with empathy after all I have invested into their child, after all of the time and the energy and the resources that I have invested in that child, for them to still be so foolish. Like that's just foolish. That's foolish. That's foolish. Days later, you're still in my inbox talking about leaky wombs, talking about my status, talking about me having unprotected slut shaming me. Like that's childish. You're telling me to grow up. That's sad. You're telling me to grow up. Meanwhile, you're texting me from different numbers, slut shaming, talking about my status and my aesthetic. Can you get any more childish than that? I had such high hopes for him. Anyway, child, what they say, you can't make a hoe out of housewife. And you can't turn a fag into a whole one. It's you just want to stay in that TS baby man energy, and as long as you claim it, TS baby man energy, that's what you gonna get. That's what you gonna get. TS baby man energy. That's very much what it's given. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow a little bit more. Today probably gonna be. I'm probably gonna be a little grouchy because this gonna be my first day. Yesterday was my first day kicking into. Um, I didn't drink yesterday, um, and today is my first day not smoking weed. So, child. And when I tell you with the drama that went on, when I got that text message, the first thing I wanted to do was walk up in there and tell my daughter, you gonna let me hit that blunt? But y'all probably gonna get a lot more live videos because I'm not smoking. Because this is gonna be my outlet. Like, chill. When I don't go live, chill. It be because child I be high. But baby, y'all know, baby, I'm gonna try to like make sure that I'm taking time for myself. But y'all know when I don't get high, baby, I be a chatterbox. I be ready to talk about everything. That brain be working real, real good, girl. I be ready to talk about everything, girl. I be a whole chatterbox, girl. We'll talk about everything, girl. Is you mad because she ain't got no weed, girl? I need to talk to somebody, bitch. Anyway, I'll come back tomorrow or later on today and do another live, and then in that live I'll light a candle. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish getting ready because I need to do some exercises and wash my clothes, honey. But I'm about to just lay down and just meditate and just clear my thoughts. Child, that first video that I did, the one that I set to private, girl, I had let. This one was a little better because I was a little calmer. I was like, YouTube might wear me out. Girl, I was cussing from the beginning of the video to the end of the video, girl. Girl, I cursed from the beginning of the video to the end of the video, girl. Girl, I was like, oh, baby. But anyway, down with another I say cool and keep spinning and turning in Gadi Iyako Kalukalo, which means I'm a child of God goddess. And if I am, you are bound in Rambo, circle and square. We too speak like so operations beware, sending healing to those in despair, ill by both of us, which means we come in peace, no harm to any. Lay lem lay lur. You don't have to be filthy rich to stand on business. Clock it. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Thank you, Coco. Thank you 100% pure love. I enjoyed y'all today. Purple ones, gray ones, rise.